Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rockok Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. And Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Rupanuga Guru Bhaga Ki Jai. And Jai Vishwarani Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, giving glories to our masters and all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. And today we have a question to Srila Guru Maharaj, a direct question, and Srila Guru Maharaj, as always, giving a very authoritative answer, clear answer, and Srila Guru Maharaj helping the devotee by directly quoting from the scripture, from the Shastra. And the Shastra, the ancient writings, the Vedas, they are the authority, like the textbooks for our spiritual journey. So as in a university there are textbooks and there are the professors, well, the grand professor, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rockok, Sri Radhadev Goswami Maharaj, is posed a question, and the question is, what is the most direct and effective means to attain a taste of Krishna consciousness? And the answer, Srila Guru Maharaj answers. So the question was, what is the most direct and effective means to attain a taste of Krishna consciousness? And Srila Guru Maharaj immediately comes out with some quotations from the scripture. Satang pasangam mama virya sangvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana kattaha taj joshanad ashvapa varga vatmani shradharatir bhaktir anukramishyati. From Srimad Bhagavatam, quote, one will rapidly progress on the path of liberation and naturally will develop firm faith, attraction and devotion when he cultivates the activity of engaging in discussions about my glorious pastimes in the association of pure devotees. Such activities are very nourishing to the ear and heart. And of course, this is the Lord speaking. And from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Hoya Sadhu Sangha, Krishna Prema Janme Teho Puna Mukhya Anga. So, quote, by associating with the sadhus and gaining their mercy, one can get Krishna Bhakti right up to the stage of Krishna Prema. Furthermore, the practitioner's very life depends upon the association of the sadhus. Without sadhu sangha, it is not possible to receive the real seeds of bhakti. Krishna Bhakti Janma Mula Hoya Sadhu Sangha, Krishna Prema Janme Teho Puna Mukhya Anga. And then also from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Matihi Kriyatang Jadi Kutopi Labhyate Tatra Laulyam Api Mulyam Ekalang Janma Koti Sukritar Na Labhyate. Quote, pure devotional service to Krishna cannot be obtained by performing pious activities even for millions of births. It can be purchased only by paying one price, intense eagerness. Wherever it is available, one must purchase it immediately. And Srila Guru Maharaj giving another quote from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Sadhu Shastra Kripaya Jadi Krishnan Mukha Hoya Se Jiva Nistare Maya Tahare Charaya. And the translation of that verse is, if by the blessings of a pure devotee and the scripture, a jiva soul becomes devoted to Krishna, he naturally becomes liberated and Maya withdraws. So Srila Guru Maharaj gave those quotations. So he's obviously talking to an educated devotee who knows what those verses mean. And then Srila Guru Maharaj says, do you have your answer? The devotee answers, yes. The most effective means of attaining Krishna consciousness is to associate with the exalted devotees of Lord Krishna, Sadhu Sangha. Then Srila Guru Maharaj says, what does it mean to keep company and to have association with the sadhus? What have you understood to be Sangha in Sadhu Sangha? So the devotee replies, Pariprashnena Sevaya. And that means by relevant enquiry from a real guru and by serving him. And Srila Guru Maharaj says, yes, but that is not up to the mark. Sadhu Sangha means it must be of this following nature. Dadati pratigrinnati guyam akyati prichchati bhunkte bhojayate chaiva shad vidhang priti lakshanam. And this is the fourth verse of Sri Upadeshamrita. This is the giving and accepting of gifts, the revealing of one's mind in confidence, the inquiring confidentially, and the giving and accepting of foodstuffs, prasadam. Then Srila Guru Maharaj saying, this is Sangha, and in this way we can get the benefit of the association of a sadhu. First, to give something to the sadhu for his pleasure, and to take something from him as his prasadam, dadati pratigrinnati. Then, guyam akyati prichchati. Whatever is concealed within our own heart, we are to divulge the whole of that to him, and we are to receive his instruction. Then bhunkte bhojayate chaiva. We are to give the raw materials to him for his taking of prasadam, and then we are to receive his remnants. Sadhu Sangha means this. Then the devotee says, what is the process for one to test whether or not a sadhu or a guru is genuine? Isn't that one should first of all try to be sincere himself, then he will get a sincere guru and sadhu sangha? Then Srila Guru Maharaj says, but from where will that sincerity come? And again quoting, and this time from the Brihan Naradiya Purana, Bhaktistu Bhagavat Bhakta Sangena Parijayate Satsanga Prapyate Pumbihi Sukritai Purva Sanchitayi. And then Srila Guru Maharaj is saying, actually we can recognize a sadhu by sukriti. Apparently we can know him from the Shastra, the scriptures, because the Shastra helps us to know who is a sadhu. And the sadhu gives us the interpretation of the Shastra. So, sadhu and Shastra are interdependent. But the sadhu holds the more important position, and the Shastra has the secondary position. The living Shastra is the sadhu. But to know who is guru, who is sadhu, we are to consult the descriptions given about them in the scriptures. The symptoms of the sadhu, both of the guru as well as the disciple, have been written in the Bhagavatam, in the Gita, and in the Upanishads. And in Srimad Bhagavatam we find, Tasmad Gurung Prapadyeta Jigyashu Shreyaha Uttamam Shabdipare Cha Nishnatang Brahman Upashamashayam. And the meaning of that verse, not Srila Guru Maharaj's words as such, but the meaning of that verse is, a person in search of the ultimate good should surrender to the Guru, who knows well the Vedic scriptures, Shabda Brahma, and the Supreme Absolute Lord, Para Brahma, and for whom the mundane world holds no charm whatsoever. And the Gita says, Tatvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. And again, this is the translation and not necessarily Srila Guru Maharaj's words here. The translation of that. You will be able to attain all this transcendental knowledge by satisfying the enlightened spiritual master with prostrate obeisances, relevant inquiry, and sincere service. Great souls who are most expert in scriptural knowledge and endowed with direct realization of the Supreme Absolute Truth will teach you that divine knowledge. Now Srila Guru Maharaj's words. So in the Upanishads, in Srimad Bhagavatam and in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly mentioned what should be the symptoms of a guru and also what should be that of a disciple. If such a qualified disciple comes to a qualified guru, then the real transaction begins. Otherwise, there may be so many bogus transactions. Such black marketing is going on in this world in the name of religion. But from the association of the real devotee comes devotion. Bhaktistu bhagavad bhakta sangena parijayate. And satsanga prapyate pumbihi sukratai purva sanchitayi. One can come to a proper guide, a sadhu, as a result of his previous activity. And sukriti is of two kinds, jnata and agyata. And then Srila Guru Maharaj comes on to explain that these kinds of sukriti are unknowingly getting some spiritual benefit and then knowingly doing activities to get spiritual benefit. And unknowingly we may be doing pious, somebody may be doing pious work, and by chance they help an actual Vaishnava. And then by helping that Vaishnava, even unknowingly, then they are getting some sukriti, some spiritual merit. And then when that merit is accumulated over the course of time, then the consciousness comes that we need to actually do service to the Vaishnavas and to the Lord through the Vaishnavas. And then consciously, knowingly, we will be doing good activities in service rather than just general good activities for mankind or penguins or fish or whatever other good things we might be tending to do in this world. But when we can actually do good things for the devotees of the Lord, then we will consciously try to do more and more to give our attention for the satisfaction and service of the Vaishnavas. Then we're getting knowingly our sukriti, our spiritual benefit. We're trying to consciously do things for the devotees. So jnata and agyata, knowingly and unknowingly getting benefit. So sadhu sangha, the association of devotees, this is very often the first answer for many things when we come to see the questions that come to Srila Guru Maharaj of how to do this, how to get in enthusiasm, in this case the question, how to get a real taste of Krishna consciousness, how to proceed. It's by sadhu sangha, and sadhu sangha means association to the devotees, and this seems to be very much a theme of the week. And we have devotees always get into difficulties here and there, and we are trying to help, as Guru Maharaj said, that our coming to Guru Maharaj is saying that actually we are doing relief work for those who want relief, who feel they need relief. We engage in relief work, happily or unhappily sometimes, because we do not like to see devotees suffering. And even when we try to say, look, here is the relief work that Guru Maharaj and Gurudev did, follow these guidelines and you will get out of these difficulties. And then it is unhappy when devotees think, oh, yes, I know this, but don't do it. And so relief work is the work of Mahaprabhu, in fact, of Nityananda Prabhu. They have compassion for the fallen souls. And we have definitely some compassion for the devotees who've come to Krishna consciousness and then who may be struggling along the way. So largely the relief work is, please put into practice what Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj are teaching us always, and not just to know it, but to do it. And then in this way, with humility, tolerance, giving honor to others, with chanting the name of the Lord in service mood, doing service, not to criticize anyone, not to gossip about the character of others. All of these things which have been so stressed to us by our masters again and again, with heart, not to hear Gramya Katha, non-devotional topics, not to discuss, not to speak non-devotional topics, not to associate with those who are gross, the materially attached persons, and so many things. We've been given guidance, so we know it, we need to do it. And so we always want to, we always want good, we always want well, we want the best for all devotees to stay firmly, because this opportunity is so rare, and we must firmly try to proceed along the track that has been chalked out for us by Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, by the scriptures. And this is the age of Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, this is the age of mercy, but we have our part to play. We have our part to play, like the baby monkey has a part to play to hold on to his mother as his mother takes him along. And so we have our part to play. So we will try to put into practice from inside to outside the teachings of our masters. So Jai to Srila, wonderful Srila Gurudev ki Jai, wonderful Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai, wonderful Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, to all of our divine masters, and Jai to the process of devotional service given by Mahaprabhu and Nityananda for us all in this world. So Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi, Hari Hari Bol, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vas Adi, Shri Gaura Bhakta.